What's up, YouTube? TFO619, and coming to you guys with what you're running, episode 12 we on now, which has actually grown pretty popular since people, other YouTubers, other PokeTubers I should say, are asking to use the name, so I might as well just make a new one, right? Of what you winning, episode 12. Holla at your boy, yeah. Thumbs up for the green sleeves. Just got these green matte. Got my Canada Dry. I always drink ginger ale for whatever reason. My green shirt, if you can't tell. Green's my favorite color. No pun intended. But you guys clicked on this video because you wanted to see my Yveltal Darkrai list. So I'm gonna go ahead and run through it. Mind you, this isn't a list based off of like anybody else's tournament winnings or, you know, somebody else's list that ran at our like Colorado States or anything like that. This is just a list that I put together, what I wanted to run. I'll tell you why it's in there. By all means, I mean, if you want to copy it, go ahead and copy it. I don't care. But this isn't a list that I just, you know, like net decked and was like, oh, this is what I'm running. I kind of just thought of it myself in the sense of what I wanted to run in here. But honestly, when it comes to Darkrai Yveltal, a lot of the cards, a lot of the lists are really going to be standard, and I don't hold anyone accountable for using the same cards as other people, because everyone really uses the same cards when it comes to Jennifers and stuff like that. So this is just my Yveltal Darkrai deck list, which will be the next battle video tonight with Intelligent May. You know how that goes, so let me just run down through it. So I have 3 Yveltal EXs. Main attacker, obviously, Evil Ball, 20 plus Semi Energy attached to you and your opponent. So, I mean, already off the bat, it's better than Mewtwo's X-Ball, which only has a base of 40 with itself, when Evil Ball, just to power it up itself, already has a base of 60. Really good attacker. I mean, probably the best card that came out of the X and Y set, honestly. And then with the Y Cyclone 90, if it's about to knock out, you can move energy to your bench. To retreat cost, but that really doesn't matter because the Darkrai minus 20 to fighting and the times 2 to lightning, so Thunderous and Zapdos and all that's really can have a field day with it, but so it's whatever. Next is I run 2 Darkrai EX. I might have opted for 3. I mean, I will use this as an attacker. A lot of people have forgotten that Darkrai EX actually has an attack, which is pretty still damn good. 90 and a 30 to a bench, but mainly obviously it's going to be used for its Dark Cloak. Anything with Dark Energy has free retreat. It's times 2 to fighting and resistance to psychic, but this day and age that really doesn't matter. I run 1 quote-unquote baby Yveltal. It's Dark Patch and an attack, 30, and then attach a Dark Energy to one of your bench Pokemon, which is pretty good. And I never plan on using the second attack, but it's Flip a Coin of Tails. This Pokemon can't attack during your next turn, but it's just used for energy acceleration. Honestly, has decent HP, and I mean, I opted just really to go for 1. Just I felt I really need any more. 2 Sableye. With the Junk Hunt, I mean, Junk Hunt is still ridiculously OP. Gets back all your item cards whatsoever. When this card rotates, I'll be very happy. But yeah, Junk Hunt, self-explanatory. It's just too good. It's just too good. I run 1 Absol. Just to keep the dark trend going. Mind Jack is still an incredible attack, and with a freaking Dark Claw / Muscle Band, it's still just too beastly. Even though it's still a Team Plasma Pokemon, it's alright. So I know Suicune with Silver Mirror would still be an issue, but I haven't ran Absol in a long time. I used to run in my other TDK deck, my Plasma deck, but I just used it for fodder, so I ended up actually taking it out. But I'll give Absol a chance. It has decent HP, and its attack is still pretty beastly. And then I ran 1 Bouffalant with the ability, and this card is only in here really for the Siggy Silver Mirror nonsense, really. I mean, Goldbreaker does 120 to soften up a lot of the EX Pokemon, and it's a pretty good installer. I mean, with its built-in Yveltal / Hard Charm. But it's really in there just for, I mean, the Suicune Silver Mirror matchup. And since I run DC in here, it's a good attack. But since it takes 3 colorless, a DCE, and I mean, you're good to go. Then I opted for a 1/1 Electrode with the Magnetic Draw. Draw till you have 4 cards. I don't really know what to say about that. I just wanted to try it, just in a sense, because I had them, and I just figured I'd just throw them in this deck. I know it's pretty Pokemon heavy wise for a speedy Yveltal Darkrai list, but I mean, it's in the works. Seems to work fairly well. Trying it out and everything like that, and that's why I lowered my bicycle count, just because of that. And just seeing that on the bench, I figure at my league or whatnot, people will still try to go after it. So because I'll still honestly just be drawing cards each turn, really, if I can empty out my hand. And I mean, I guess we'll see how it works. A lot of these lists really, I'm sure, don't run this at all. Maybe not even the Absol, but I don't know. I just wanted to give it a try, and you'll see in the battle video how good or not good it works out for me. So that's my Pokemon line. On to the supporters and trainers. Supporter wise, I run 4 Juniper and 4 Shauna. That's it. With N, if I'm going to be taking prizes pretty quickly, N's going to be pretty useless. I never want to N when I have 4 cards anyway. It's just retarded. And other than that, I'm really not a big fan of Shauna anyway, but for hand refreshing, I should say, getting 5 and then being able to drop down some and then bicycle for some more, everything like that, it seems pretty useful to me. This is the deck I'm not trying to, take to, all these different tournaments and everything like that. It's just a dark deck that I wanted to run, and I know I could opt for N, but I'm just going to try Shauna. I run 3 random receivers. So if I don't have a supporter, either one of these 2 will just be perfect for me, honestly. I think whether I'm way ahead in prizes or I just can't draw crap, I'm either going to random receiver into a Shauna or I'm going to random receiver into a Juniper, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I only dropped it to 3 because I'm stabilized right there, so what does it even matter? I run 3 red card just to test this card out. I guess it's hit or miss. A lot of people in my league, well, not a lot of people, but a few people play red card, and it hasn't really phased me personally when they red card me anyway, so I'm not too big of a fan of it. But in a sense of being able to red card someone, and then Shauna, it's kind of like an N in that sense. I mean, depending on where the prize counts are and everything like that, but I just use it for more for disruption. 3 Hypnotoxic Laser for more damage, stalling, all that good stuff. Everybody knows that drill. I run 4 Dark Patches. Still self-explanatory in the dark deck. I mean, attach a basic dark energy from your discard pile to one of your dark Pokemon. Just energy acceleration. And with Baby Yveltal, wherever he's at right there, I mean, just more energy acceleration. I run 2 Energy Switch. I mean, power up Yveltal faster, all that good stuff. Power up Bouffalant in 1 turn, or I'll even tackle Darkrai, it doesn't even matter. 2 Bicycle, dropped it down to 2 since I have Electrode anyway. That's going to be a Bicycle every single turn if I really need it. I might up this, depending on how Electrode and all this down here works out, to switch it up a little bit and run some more Bicycle, but I'm going to try it with 2 for now. 3 Dark Cloak. Yeah, there's Muscle Band, I know. But I mean, with the dark type deck, Dark Claw is, I mean, it should fit in perfectly. Besides Muscle Band, which I can use my Muscle Bands for other decks. So since I'm running a dark deck, you might as well just run Dark Claw. Yeah, it won't work for Bouffalant, but it doesn't really phase me any really. Dark Claw, I just think it's just cooler in a dark deck. I run 4 Ultra Ball. Discard 2 cards, get a Pokemon. You can discard your energy this way. You can discard, I mean, if I'm trainer locked, really that doesn't really matter. We won't be able to use it anyway. But I could discard stuff that I don't really need mainly energy, honestly, and just to get that Pokemon, which combos with the one letter that I run, to either letter for 2 energy, 2 dark energy, and then Juniper it away, or use it for Ultra Ball fodder, obviously, and just for more energy acceleration. 1 tool scrapper, since I've Sableye, can always get it back. Tools really aren't necessarily really a problem, except for on Garbodor, honestly. But other than that, I mean, most decks do run 2, but I'd cut the line somewhere. But since with Sableye, I could just get it back, honestly. And then my ace spec is a computer search. It is a base set computer search. I have real ones. I just didn't feel like taking them out of my other decks. As you see, I don't like pulling cards from one deck to put it in another deck. I'll just continue to get more and more copies of the same card if I need it. So yeah, figure computer search, it's whatever. Our league lets us use it and everything like that. And if I really wanted to try to perfect this deck and make it tournament worthy and all that, I can get a regular ace spec computer search. I don't really care about that. Stadium wise, just 2 Burbank cities. I was gonna do either one Verbank and 2 Shadow Circle, so all my dark Pokemon don't have weakness. But at my league, I'm the only one, honestly. I'm trying to think. Let me think. Yeah, I'm honestly the only one that runs Thundurus EX, which would give this deck a problem. So I just opted for 2 Verbanks, because a lot of decks, either they don't run a Stadium at all, or they run Verbank anyway. So I can, if they get Verbank down first, whatever, I'll Ultra Ball it away for other stuff. So I mean, if you're gonna try to run this deck, I would highly recommend you put 1, if not 2 Shadow Circles in here, because Thundurus EX does, and Zekrom EX too, actually, now that I think about it, does give this deck a problem. I mean, with the Yveltal being weak to lightning, but just based off what's at my league and what I play on a weekly basis, I don't need it. But like I said, I really highly recommend that you put a Shadow Circle in there. I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dark energy, and then 3 reverse DCE, and then my darks are shiny play ones. All of them are. Just throwing that out there. It's my energy line. Power up Buffalon, power up Yveltal, obviously, and then the 9 dark. Seems like a fair number. Having enough to attach for your turn, and then having a good amount maybe in the discard pile, so you can Dark Patch or what is it, Oblivion Wing? Yeah, Oblivion Wing for energy acceleration. You're not too flooded, but you don't have too little, honestly. Like I said, this is just a fun deck. I wanted to try it. It will be the next battle video. I'll probably play Intelligent Maze Raid War or whatnot. But if you guys have any suggestions, obviously let me know. I'm going to keep it together and possibly perfect it, but I don't net deck, so this isn't necessarily a list that you'll just go and see elsewhere. It's my own, just obviously with the standard cards that anybody else would play in a deck like this. But yeah, just feel free to give me some suggestions. I'm open to anything. Like I said, I do want to keep this deck together. And then make sure you go check out my trade binder, because I really want to do some trading with you guys. Other than that, look out tonight for the battle video with Intelligent May. It's going to be a good one, I hope, at least. And other than that, make sure you like, comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you for checking out What You're Running episode number 12. More to come. If you want to jump on the bandwagon, send me a PM and we can go ahead and get things popping. If you like the name, because it's gonna blow up, I tell you. It's catching on. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for watching, and see you later. Peace.